Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. On today's video, we are going over Castor Maritime, ticker symbol CTRM. Now, I know this is a company that I am currently not in, and I am looking to re-enter, and we've talked about that in the past, but I know with so many of my subscribers being, invested in this company or trading this stock, I do want to make sure that I do keep you all as up to date as possible about any news that comes out. I'll let you know what I think about it, and I'll let you know about the plans I have for trading it. So, when it does come to Castor Maritime, we did get some good news recently that I think will have a lot of positive implications. So we'll go over that, and I'll let you guys know what my thoughts are about the company's future and what I'm expecting from them going forward. Now, if you do want access to these videos early before everyone else, if you want access to the trades I make, my trade portfolio, as well as weekly updates, daily newsletters that I write, a weekly watch list I release, go down to the link in the description. It'll bring you over to my Patreon, and that's where I'm fully transparent with all that info. Also, if you are looking to get 2 free stocks valued all the way up to $1,850, go down to the referral link down below, click that link, open an account with Webull, deposit $100, and that's exactly what you will get. Take advantage of this opportunity. I truly believe it's a fantastic brokerage and a fantastic opportunity at hand that everyone should take advantage of. So, with that being said, let's go ahead, let's dive into today's video. So, the very first piece of news we are going to talk about came out on Friday, and that is going to be the acquisition of a 2005 Korean-built Aframax tanker that they acquired for a right under $15 million. Now, this acquisition takes Castor's fleet of tankers to 3, having acquired its first tankers in February with a double Aframax deal. Now, this deal is pretty consistent with all the ones that we have seen from them recently. There's really nothing too, special about this one, I would say. We're looking to see delivery happen in the second quarter of 2021, of course, so it should be within the next few months here. And I think it's important that we are seeing them act so fast with the money that they have just recently raised. I think there's a lot of negative, connotations, and there's a lot of negative feelings about that recent dilution that we saw. And so the fact that they are going to counter that by immediately getting on it, immediately acquiring some vessels, can definitely counter some of that damage, and I think it'll be positive and beneficial for the company going forward. Now, we did get a quote from Petros Panagiotis, of course, saying that we are pleased to announce our 10th vessel acquisition in 2021 with the addition of an Aframax tanker to Castor's fleet. Upon completion of all our recently announced acquisitions, our fleet will consist of 16 vessels. We constantly monitor the market for attractive acquisition opportunities across vessel sizes and segments. So this does put them up to 1 Cape-size vessel, 5 Kamsarmaxes, 7 Panamaxes, and 3 Aframax tankers. And so that is some great news, especially going forward, to know that they are growing their fleet still. Now, the next piece of news is the one that I'm actually the most excited about. I think that they are finally starting to continue to expand. We've been seeing a lot of the same recently. We've been seeing a lot of these very similar type of acquisitions, and I think they are now starting to go up and start to increase their quality a bit, and I think this is going to be important for them. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this, and let's see what all happened and what was released earlier this morning. Well, it says here that Castor Maritime announced the acquisition of a 2015 Chinese-built Kamsarmax dry bulk carrier from an unaffiliated third party for a purchase price of $23 million. So this one is a little bit more than we have seen recently. Of course, it is a lot newer, which of course is going to be, in my opinion, a good investment. I think if it's going to last them an extra 10 to 15 to 20 years, spending an extra $6 or $7 million on it that they will make back over that amount of time and probably double or triple up on could be worth it. It could be a pretty good investment, so I'm not too worried about that there. It says here that the vessel will be delivered to the company with a time charter contract attached with the reputable charter at a daily gross charter rate equal to 114% of the Baltic Panamax index, and with an estimated remaining term of about 17 to 21 months. So I really, really do like that. There's a whole bunch of things that go along with this that I think are important. So the fact that it is a newer vessel, I'm actually a fan of. If the price does make sense, if it's not too overvalued, especially right now, I think that getting in on a newer vessel could make sense, as it is going to last you longer. But they're getting in on a newer vessel that's with a reputable charter, which provides them with some stability, some longevity. And I think that's important to make sure they are bringing in consistent revenue, as well as a daily gross charter rate that is already attached to it, which is way above what the Baltic Panamax index is at, with an estimated term of up to nearly 2 years, are all very positive things. I think that this was a very good agreement, a very good contract that they came to, and I think that with this contract is going to provide, investors with the insight, like, okay, well, maybe we are moving in the right steps. Maybe we are making steps in the right direction. And I think it's important that going forward, they continue to get deals like this one, because this is a standout deal to me. I want to see some incoming revenue. I want to see that this revenue is actually going to be generated over the course of the long term. It's not going to just be little short sporadic moments where they charter the thing out. They've done all this dilution to get this capital, and the capital is not making them more. And so with that being said, I'm very happy. I'm excited to see that they are doing well with the money. And I think that going forward, many investors are going to appreciate deals like this one that that can last a good few years while they do have reputable charters, etc. So, of course, again, we do have another quote from Petros Panagiotides saying that we are pleased to announce our 11th vessel acquisition. Now, this is important, and this is when I think going forward, this will be a big deal. With significant capital on hand, we continue to look for further opportunities to grow our fleet with the addition of high quality tonnage. I think that it is important that they do have a large fleet. I do think it's important that they have a lot of vessels that are going to be generating some good revenue every now and then, but them also increasing, you know, their high quality tonnage, increasing these vessels that are high quality, these newer ones that are going to come with some of these better chartering rates, even if they cost a little bit more money, over the long term will make a lot of sense. And I think that will be very appealing to investors as well, which could be for sure beneficial to the stock price in itself. So speaking of the stock price, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what exactly it has been doing. I'll show you all what I'm seeing and then what my plan is. So as we can see here, they have been operating within this consolidation phase for quite some time now. I mean, over the last few months, it has not been looking too good for the company, not gonna lie, but I will say that it does seem like things have troughed out a bit. They've kind of gone a little bit more quiet, and I think that's important because it shows that the downtrend may be slowing down significantly. So one thing that I am expecting is I think Castor Maritime will operate within this consolidation channel for quite some time. I think that is going to take some pretty good news, and it is going to take something that is going to, you know, really stand out about this company to start a pretty great uptrend. But I honestly could see maybe we consolidate for a little while, then we start to see it slowly start to make its way up as revenue is announced, as we start to see some of the fundamentals get better, as we start to see the company continue to expand, and that's when I'm expecting to see some more growth. Now, whenever it comes to re-entering my position, as many of you do know, I actually got out right around this phase. As soon as we cleared resistance at around these levels here, I exited. I had a feeling, I was like, this thing's going down another 30%, and I personally don't want to take a 30% loss on such a big position. So since that is the case, I sold actually at a loss, but I stopped myself from losing another about 28% there. So whenever it comes to re-entering on this position, I will personally be looking to re-enter on this position once we get a little bit closer here to this 21-day moving average. This is going to be the exponential 21-day moving average. And one thing I have noticed about Castor Maritime is they do tend to respect it when uptrends begin, which is what I'm looking for this company. I could, you know, build up a position in them as they do consolidate. That would make sense because it allows me to spend more time in the stock. And, you know, that'd be good. But again, whenever it comes to some of these smaller penny stocks, my main focus isn't being in them for the absolute longest amount of time, but starting to maximize profits. That's typically my goal, of course. And one thing that we have noticed about Castor Maritime is they do respect the 21-day. As we can see here, they will tend to bounce off of it pretty consistently as we do get uptrends beginning, and that is what I'm looking for from this company before I do go ahead and reinvest. They're still way significantly below it, and so at that, I don't believe that an uptrend is just yet ready to start. I would like to see them start to interact with that 21-day exponential moving average a little bit more, and as we do see that, as we see them interact with these resistance levels, we'll get an idea of where the stock is going and when it may start to move. Of course, these indicators, technicals, it doesn't predict the future. It's just to get an idea of when a good entry point could be and to get, you know, make a little bit more of a prediction based off of real statistics rather than kind of guessing when a good time to enter would be. So that's my game plan. I'm still waiting it out a little bit longer for Castor Maritime. I want to see this moving average come into play a little bit more, and I want to see how they will react off of this bottom channel resistance before I decide, okay, we're going to go back in, try to regain some of those losses and start this longer term trade again. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's little update video. If you guys did, of course, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. I've been trying to post like 2 to 4 times every single day, so I hope you guys do enjoy the uptick in production, the uptick in quality. I know you guys really like the background nowadays. I'm really trying to make these videos even higher quality and put them out even more, and so I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Peace.